It's Monday, May 26th. This is News Tonight here on GHOne television with me, Awisi, Dede, to our headlines tonight. And tonight, Foreign Affairs Minister comes under fire as minority in Parliament slams social media disclosure of Washington embassy shutdown and corruption scandal. We will hear from experts in diplomacy on this matter on Insight. And also in a bulletin, Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council issues 1-week ultimatum to GPRTU operators on compliance of 15% fare reduction. Brace yourselves as road tolls return. President John Dramani Mahama hints of a fully digital format charged directly from vehicle owners' bank account. And elsewhere, 54 Palestinians, notably women and children, killed in Israeli airstrike on Gaza City. We have details of these and many more coming up shortly. Stay with me. Grateful for joining us. The news is coming to you live from our Platinum studio here in Accra, and it's also streaming live on Facebook at GHOne TV. I am Awisi Dede Jange. Tonight, the High Court in Accra has ordered the Attorney General to file full disclosure by 2nd June in a case involving the former Director General of the National Signals Bureau, Kwabena Edubuahin, and 3 others who are facing charges over the alleged theft of 49 million cedis. The presiding judge made it clear that plea bargaining discussions can only begin once those disclosures are submitted. He ordered the Attorney General to file disclosures not later than June 2, 2025. Now, prosecutors had asked for more time, explaining that a key investigator was unwell and unable to sign the necessary document. Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Sremsai told the court the investigator will be available on May 30. The accused, Kwabena Edubuahin, Angela Ejay Boateng, Mildred Donko, and a company, Advantage Solution Limited, are facing 11 charges, including stealing. All have pleaded not guilty and are currently on bail. The court also confirmed that Mildred Donko was granted bail at the last sitting on the same terms as her earlier police inquiry bail. The case has been adjourned to June 11.
Now, there's nothing on the table for us to play bargain.
What do you make of the delay of the prosecution in filing the disclosures as of now?
I'm not too sure. Maybe the issue will be with the Attorney General. Let's give him the space to prosecute the case. And let's respect the fact that if an Attorney General wants an adjournment, then we shouldn't challenge it.
Also, it's curious that the judge would make the case about plea bargaining if neither the AG or prosecution or yourself.
Because it's a variable. It's a variable in the case management process. Yeah, it's a variable. So he's thinking elastic. But we've not made any overtures relating to plea bargaining.
Is it because you have not seen the volume of evidence against your client by way of prosecution or filing disclosure processes?
It's out of the way for one measure, and we keep saying that people do not understand, and I don't want to do a media trial. That this case has national security ramifications.
The last time we were in court, your client had been kept in bail on remand because of a separate case at the Ghana Water Limited. Have you so far been briefed? What is the issue with that?
Well, it's also gotten to do with Ghana Water Company Limited seeking help from national security, give them all the surveillance and mechanism so that we could police the sanctity of water in the realm. So that's another national security matter.
So nothing wrong by applying there?
Well, at the moment he's very innocent by the terms of the Constitution and to prove it otherwise. But what is happening now, I'm afraid people don't understand. It's deeper than what is being presented.
Well, away from the court, let's talk about Wager Dam spillage now, because Head of Corporate Affairs at the Ghana Water Limited, Stanley Mate, is calling for the development of new infrastructure to exploit the excess water annually spilled by the Wager Dam. According to him, the water shortage in Accra are not due to a lack of water, but rather the absence of adequate infrastructure to store and distribute it, necessitating the periodic spillage to protect the dam structure.
Now, the treatment plant is such that it can produce a certain volume of water in a day. Okay, that volume of water that it can produce in a day is not enough for the people. That the people are demanding more, but the infrastructure can produce up to a certain volume. Okay, it doesn't also mean that the raw water, which is the raw material, is unavailable. The raw material is available, but the infrastructure can only treat up to its maximum capacity or up to its limit. Okay, so why we are not getting water in Accra is not because of the raw water, but because of the infrastructure. You understand? So the excess water is not needed. We don't need it. We have enough water in the dam. We try to maintain the level at somewhere between 44 feet and 45 feet. At that level, we can have enough water to treat. Now, the moment you go beyond the 44, 45, we need to spill the excess water. Other than that, we compromise on the integrity of the dam. The dam is an essential property or essential infrastructure that we need to safeguard. Other than that, we will be hurt as a country if it has to collapse. And we can't afford to allow it to collapse. So what we will do is we safeguard the integrity of the dam. Now, if we are unable to do that and the dam is to collapse, the repercussions will be more serious or more terrible than if we have to spill. So it's important that we either spill the excess water to save the dam, other than allowing the water to all the water to come for it to flow 8 banks or to break the dam for it to destroy lives and property.
This is still News Tonight here on GHOne TV. We will be back shortly. You are welcome back. Let's do our biggest story for tonight on Insight. Well, on Insight, the Minister for Foreign Affairs has come under fire over handling of a reported corruption scandal at the Ghanaian embassy in Washington, D.C. The minority in Parliament has strongly criticized the manner and platform used to communicate the situation, describing it as unprofessional and potentially damaging the country's image and diplomatic protocols. Well, earlier today, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Okudzeto Ablakwa, took to his social media and disclosed that a special audit had uncovered a 5-year-long fraudulent scheme allegedly orchestrated by a local IT staff member, one Mr. Fred Kwatin. And I'll quickly take you through excerpts of the post on social media. And it says that the investigation corroborated by the suspect's own admission revealed that he created an unauthorized link on the embassy's official website, which redirected visa and passport applicant to his private company, Ghana Travel Consultants. And it also reads that there he charged unauthorized fees ranging from $29.75 to $60 per applicant. These charges, unapproved by both the Ministry and Parliament as mandated under the Fees and Charges Act, were pocketed into his private account. Evidence suggests this fraudulent scheme operated for at least 5 years His action have been reported to the Attorney General for possible prosecution and recovery of misappropriated funds. Aftermath, all Ministry of Foreign Affairs personnel currently posted to the Washington, D.C. mission have been recalled with immediate effect pending further investigation. All locally hired staff at the embassy have been placed on immediate suspension while investigations continue. Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C. will be temporarily closed for a few days to allow for a comprehensive restructuring and systems overhaul. The ministry is apologizing for that inconvenience. The entire IT department of the embassy has been promptly dissolved to allow for a thorough audit and reconstruction of digital systems. The Auditor General has been formally invited to conduct a forensic examination of all financial and operational transactions at the embassy. The aim is to determine the full extent and cost of this elaborate fraud. Well, the minority has raised concerns about the manner in which the closure and the fraud revelations were publicly communicated. Among other things, Deputy Ranking Member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Nana Kwame Asafo-Adjei Aye, joins me on the bulletin for more. Good to have you on the program, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, my good sister.
Right. A foreign minister curbs a fraudulent visa scheme. Take measures he believes is the best for the ministry. He then takes to his social media to update the public as a ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee. Why do you think he erred in handling this matter?
Okay, let me thank you first and foremost and greet your respectful listeners. Like I used to say, let me place on record that the minority or the ranking member, Honorable Samuel Abujinapo, myself, members of the committee, we are not against the decisions of the minister, no. In fact, we fully support the minister's decision. So crime is crime, wrong is wrong, irrespective of who is involved or who is behind it. It is wrong. Suffice to say, the S1 administration were not able to identify or discover these things, and it has been done now. It's a good move and good, achievement for the country. We agree. Our only problem, our only concern, which we've been raising, are few and simple. Number one, we believe, and it's not like we believe it, the embassy has other roles, duties, and responsibilities. The embassy of Ghana is symbolic and stands to represent the country. A lot of activities happen at the embassy for every mission. One of the activities is the visa issuing or passport processing, which is the consulate. Apart from that, there are lots of things that happen in the embassy. There are trade attaches that are doing trade correspondence every day at the embassy. There are scholarship activities and correspondence every day. So there are lots of things that happen. Meetings, treaties, contracts, MOUs are being signed and handled at the ministry, at the embassy, sorry. So for you to say you've shut down one embassy because of visa or IT system, we think that it is the height of it. No, you don't go that level. It is like the minister shutting down Ghana and Washington in the US. That is wrong. We believe that no, you could have, dealt with the matter, deal with the matter, institute the system you want to institute, take the persons or the perpetrators through the rigorous full scale of the law and get the embassy operating, because the embassy is symbolic. Number two, we feel that these matters have reputation effect. It has some damning consequences at the long term on the image and the reputation or the brand identity of Ghana.
But sir, can you hear me? You know, the minister may have consulted. Clearly, he consulted the president, and with the president's approval, he made these he put in place these measures. Do you think they didn't consider?
Sincerely speaking,
right?
Sincerely speaking, I do not think that the president would direct the minister to go and post this on his Facebook wall. I don't think the president would do that. But if the president did that, then I would tell you that it's unfortunate. Because it doesn't matter who did it.
So I need some clarity here. It's the mode, the way the whole situation was communicated. Is that a problem now, or the closure?
I have first and foremost established the first point.
I get that.
You don't close an embassy. That's what we have done. Number two, we are saying that no, you don't put out such sensitive information like this on social media. The modus of communication, the modus of operandi is wrong.
Okay.
You don't do that. Now, even per my test, the staff at the ministry were not even informed about the decision of the minister. Some of them woke up this morning to hear that information. You have your compatriots in another man's country, you have people working there, then you issue a statement on your Facebook page instructing them that henceforth, immediately and effectively, you've taken away their diplomatic privileges. Now you are telling the country, the host country, that I have taken my diplomatic privileges. I do not know this individual, so do not accord them the privileges or diplomatic opportunities you give them. So right there and then you've taken them off. We are saying that there are lots of ways to deal with this matter. And that is why I keep on saying that, look, in some ministries and agencies, you can do this. You can do this in the forestry, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. You can go and clamp down Galamsey operators and put camera on them and come and line them, and then the whole country will be up in hailing you and all that. But that is why this particular ministry has its brand identity, has its operations as diplomacy. Some of the things you deal with it well. Yes, I agree. Oh, I mean, you are naming and shaming and all that. How many Ghanaians know the question that is involved in the issue? How many Ghanaians know the stuff that will be posted to the Washington mission? Few. I mean, but everybody, the whole country recognizes the brand and the image they've done. And that is what you have put out. You have given a bad publicity. That is what you have done. And that is the point we are raising. It is not that we are against you for dealing with issues or punishing wrongdoers or bringing a perpetrator to book. No, we do not. We support you. We are saying that these things must be done with some level of tactfulness, with some level of discussion. And the same result would be achieved.
So briefly, how best do you think the minister should have handled the matter?
Okay, so if I was the minister, after the findings and the investigation coming out, I would move an envoy straight from Ghana to the mission. Communicate, engage the staff and deal with them, communicate. Those that are supposed to be given out to the law or the agencies that have to deal with their crimes and do that. And then I'll institute a new structure, a new system that works without telling the public that I'm closing the embassy. No. And
okay.
That's my position.
Right. Thank you so much, Deputy Ranking Member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Nana Kwame Eje, there bringing us up to speed on what the minority stance is on this particular matter. We are trying to reach an international relations expert to bring us up to speed on what this means globally, but that's all for Insight here on GHOne TV. Let's do some business stories now. And in business, President John Dramani Mahama has hinted that road tolls will be reintroduced in a fully digital format. Speaking at the 9th Ghana CEO Summit in Accra, he revealed that tolls will be charged directly from vehicle owners' mobile money or bank accounts linked to their Ghana cards at designated toll points.
Former Minister of Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amoakwata, had ceased road toll collection in November 2021, following the then Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Attah's announcement in the 2022 budget statement to abolish road tolls due to congestion at toll booths, where the introduction of the now abolished electronic transfer levy, e-levy, was intended to fill the gap. Delivering the keynote address at the 9th Ghana CEO Summit, President Mahama emphasized that there will be no physical toll booth. Instead, vehicle owners will be charged fees directly from their mobile money accounts as they apply designated tolling points.
We said in the budget that we're going to reintroduce road tolls. And so they've been talking about, what the modality should be and all that. But the good thing today is every car is linked to the owner's Ghana card. And so we don't need to have the old toll gates and those cards that you stand and open and all that. We'll just go straight digitalized. If it's 1 cedi, if you cross the East Legon Bridge, Governor and Finance Minister will all be happy. We'll just take a picture of your car and then it will take the bill to your mobile money or your bank account and just pay 1 cedi, only 1 cedi.
Meanwhile, speaking on the current strength of the local currency, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Pandit Esiama, indicates that the current appreciation of the Ghana cedi did not stem from the utilization of the country's international reserves.
Let me emphasize that the central bank is not, and the not is in capital letters. The central bank is not using its international reserves to support the cedi, nor are we engineering an appreciation in the cedi that will not be sustainable. It's all market driven, and the strengthening of the currency reflects a blend of disciplined monetary policy, tailored foreign forex auction reforms, enhanced remittance channels, and stricter market surveillance.
In an interview with GHOne News, the Chief Executive Officer of Petrosol, Michael Bozombil, called on the government to deregulate the power sector to drive efficiency.
My view is that when it comes to the power sector, allow the players in the sector to determine the price. And it will amaze you that there will be so much competition that the consumer will end up even enjoying better offers on the ground. Once you begin to, work towards that direction, we'll begin to look at ways of introducing other players on the market. And ECG will set up and be more efficient.
Various chief executive officers were awarded by the president for their sterling performances in the year under review, driving economic growth in the country.
Well, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, says Ghana cannot rely solely on the national grid if it aspires to operate a 24-hour economy. According to the association, for Ghanaian industries to remain competitive, productive and resilient, the country must align its energy needs with smarter, greener and more sustainable alternatives. There's more in this report.
At the Association of the Ghana Industries Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Business-to-Business Expo, businesses were given a platform to explore cost-saving energy solutions, build strategic partnerships and engage with project developers, consultants and financiers. Speaking on powering Ghana's industry through sustainable energy, the Chief Executive Officer of AGI, Seth Chum Akwabwa, stressed that achieving sustainable energy solutions goes beyond technology. It also requires supportive policies, incentives, and strong economic frameworks. According to him, renewable energy must be made viable and attractive for industries, adding that dependence on the national grid alone will not be sufficient if Ghana truly aims to run a 24-hour economy.
We cannot continue to rely on the national grid alone, particularly if we aspire to run the economy on 24-hour basis. Recent power outages in some parts of our country make this ambition difficult to realize. So today, a lot of businesses are adapting renewable energy as an option to augment what they receive from the grid. Indeed, adapting renewable energy provides various benefits as well. We know a lot about the carbon credit, the fact that you are using renewable energy and you can actually take advantage and get some carbon credit for your business.
The acting director of renewable energy regulations at the Energy Commission, Frederick Appiah, announced that the government expects the first batch of 3,600 net metering systems to be rolled out in September for both households and businesses.
We are beginning the net metering program. Currently, the meters are being manufactured, and we are expecting the first batch of 3,600 to be in the country in September 2025. And we have developed the web application platform where all applications for the net metered system, and it comes with also a subsidy for households and SMEs. For public buildings, we are doing almost 1,089 public facilities, includes secondary schools, hospitals, police stations, and all MMDAs. And for households, we are targeting 4,910. And then SME 6,001.
The event underscores AGI Energy Service Centre's commitment to promoting Ghana's energy transition and supporting industries in adopting cleaner, more efficient technologies.
Chairman of the Incorporated Society of Planters Africa, Dr. Pereira, has urged stakeholders in Ghana's agricultural sector to take deliberate steps towards accelerating the industry's development. Now, speaking at the first anniversary and symposium of the ISP Africa chapter in Accra, Dr. Pereira drew parallels with the successful agricultural economies of Malaysia and Indonesia. He stressed that Ghana, endowed with rich natural resources, has the potential to eliminate poverty if the agricultural sector is fully leveraged.
Speaking to the media after the event, Dr. Shemal Pereira emphasized the importance of cultural and technical exchanges in accelerating Ghana's agricultural growth.
I think the problem has always been and will always be improvement. So how do you improve yourself to challenge the pressures that you are having from environment? What you just asked is a question that a lot of people are faced with, and what we need to do is basically come together. So you see our slogan is Agri-Unity. What we are trying to do is get countries in Africa to come together, unite and share your experiences in this platform.
The Malaysian High Commissioner to Ghana, His Excellency Syed Nazar Idid, described the event as a significant step towards strengthening bilateral relations between Ghana and Malaysia, particularly in supporting Ghana's potential to emerge as a major global producer of palm oil.
Malaysia supports Ghana's ambitions to become the next global leaders in palm oil sector. We can also collaborate or cooperate in the areas of technology transfer and sustainable agricultural practices, capacity buildings and training programs often facilitated by Malaysian Palm Oil Board.
Representing Ghana's Ministry of Finance, Economic Advisor Dr. Idrisu highlighted the government's openness to increase collaboration between public and private stakeholders to empower the country's agricultural ecosystem.
And all that. So the finance ministry is open to all investing in we are on the journey of resetting. So resetting definitely like I said in Ghana, this is the time to come in and probably be able to offer good employment for the youth.
With the launch of the Ghana branch, ISP Africa has taken a crucial step towards its broader vision of transforming agriculture across the continent. The initiative reflects a shared commitment to innovation, sustainability, and economic empowerment through agriculture.
Well, that brings us to the end of business here, but it's time for sport, and Benjamin Yamwa is in the studio with the very latest. What do you have in sports today?
Well, some news on the Black Stars, who are currently in London. We look ahead to the big game they play against Nigeria. It's a friendly game called the Unity Cup. So details of that and some boxing stories are coming up in sports. So that's up in just a moment after this quick turnaround. So the president of the GFA, Keto Kreko, has acknowledged the recent ups and downs in the Black Stars team. I believe the team is showing positive signs of improvement. Ghana went 6 games without a victory in the qualifiers for the AFCON last year, failing to qualify for the first time in 2 decades. The team, however, showed promise of back-to-back victories over Chad and Madagascar in the qualifiers for the World Cup. The Stars team currently are in London for the Unity Cup, which involves TNT, Nigeria, and Jamaica.
I think that the confidence of the team is on the rise. I think that the technical team, led by Otto, have learned big lessons. I think that the technical team, led by Otto and supported by Wilfred Schaefer and Desmond Ofe, and the rest of the guys, are ready to do the extra to ensure that we make it to the Mundial. And all they need at this minute is the support of Ghana and Ghanaians. And I think that Ghana spoke very loudly during the last window, and Ghana will speak even much better and stronger during the September window.
Let's do some boxing news now, where a huge crowd has thronged to the Kotoka airport this afternoon to welcome go-winning amateur boxers Desmond Papo, George GHOne, and Matthias Ashite as they touched down from Guinea. The 3 boxers all won gold at the African Youth Championship.
Ghana claimed success at the 2025 Africa Youth Boxing Championship in Conakry, Guinea, with 3 gold medals to their name. The Black Rockets clinched the medals through GHOne Papo, George GHOne, and Matthias Ashite. Papo clinched gold medal for Ghana when he knocked out his South African opponent Mighty Sangoni in the second round of the men's middleweight 75 kilograms. The Black Rockets has won 2 gold from Ashite in flyweight 51 kilograms and GHOne in bantamweight 54 kilograms. The 3 young boxers were given a befitting welcome by their fans and family at the airport, where they were carried shoulder high amidst pomp and music. Speaking to the media on arrival, gold medalist Matthias Ashite said they put in work and therefore called for support for budding talents in the sports to excel.
I want to say thank you for everybody who made this possible. We are very excited. We are even super excited about what we are doing for Ghana. It wasn't that much easy, but God still has you. So everything went there, not that much, but we came out with the flying colors. So thank you very much. For me, it wasn't that much, of course. We have prepared for it, so we came out with the good flying colors.
Meanwhile, the coach of the boxing.
And that's indeed an interesting story from our Ghanaian boxers from Guinea. 3 gold medals for these young budding talents. Great ones for the future. And that's it for our sport. Back today for the rest of the bulletin.
Thank you so much, Benjamin Yamwa, for bringing us sports as usual. It's time for international news now. Now, on the foreign front, 54 Palestinians, notably women and children, have been killed in an Israeli airstrike on Gaza City. The strike reportedly targeted a school building where displaced families were taking shelter after being forced from their homes by ongoing bombardment. Eyewitness videos circulating online show several classrooms engulfed in flames, with victims suffering severe burns and critical injuries. Emergency respondents arrived to find 3 classrooms ablaze, but despite hearing the screams of trapped women and children, rescuers were unable to reach them due to the intensity of the fire. And that brings us to the end of the bulletin here on GHOne Television. With me, Awisi Dede Jangi. Have a wonderful evening.